Right, this monster of a TV series.
Right.
That is, it's like such a cult phenomenon. A TV series to have, well, one season, a movie, and then all these years later to be just so beloved. How is it just to be you guys involved in this fandom?
That's a good question. How is it to be us? There's not a lot of people that have this kind of experience where something becomes so niche, yet so it won't die.
Well,
You guys are legendary. You are legendary.
So are you.
Wow.
Granted. We're all in this together. It's changed your life a little bit, no?
It's of course.
Well, you have to think, I think, Jewel, you brought it up once on a panel, that the show...
I said something brilliant?
You sure did.
Do go on.
When don't you? For us, I think as friends and family, that the show was like the nugget of the beginning, right? And so we had the show, and we had this remarkable experience. But I think to come here and to celebrate with you guys and to celebrate this, thing that we all mutually adore. But then I think like seeing you guys, which we've only grown closer over the years, which is, I think, quite remarkable in that regard as well for like a cast. Like I've worked with other casts before, and sure, we're friendly, but it's like
Not
there
like
was
this.
something like astoundingly lovely about our connection.
Well, because we shot the show for how long?
Oops, hang on. I was
4
going to wait for
months?
Nathan to like kill that with sarcasm.
I cut him off before he could.
I wasn't going to kill it. I was going to say you hold your microphone like a rapper. But
I was trying to channel Whitney Houston. You got rapper?
well done, nailed it. But I love what you said, that we had done shows before. Firefly was the first show I felt a sense of ownership about. This is ours. This belongs to ours. Other shows, I was always a guest. I was always coming in later. But this was the first one. I felt ownership. It was a big growing up time for me.
And it was very, I mean, as we all know, it was very short-lived. But, it's a pretty amazing thing that we shot something for a few months, and we shot the movie for a few months, which is an incredibly short amount of time in a really long time in this business. So all of the amazing things and my strongest memories are all of the stuff that happened after. I mean, we've traveled the world together.
It's been 20 years, guys.
Yeah.
It's been 20 years.
Like, our first convention was here. In the
That's
UK.
right. Our first convention was in Blackpool.
Yes.
And we were like the tag-alongs.
We
It
were.
was like a Buffy convention with these I don't know, what the fruit flies?
Yeah.
They didn't know. And then we smashed it. They were like, oh, we got to get these guys their own convention.
Yeah. It's pretty special, It's been a long time, and we are very much a family. We have our little Firefly group chat that goes off all the time.
All the time.
I was sending them pictures of all of us from yesterday.
Yes, your haunted house pictures?
Yes, and they were like, "Where are you guys?" So I think everybody who's watched the show over and over again and told your friends and been so dedicated, you have given us quite a gift in that, our popularity is because of you, and because of that, we still get to see each other a few times a year at these things, and
On the upside,
it's precious.
you guys won't let the show die by introducing new people to the show all the time.
Yeah.
On the downside, new people come to the show, and then they come meet us and go, holy crap, you're old. What happened to your face?
You look different. Yeah, well, thanks.
I don't get that at all.
That's fair. That's fair. Sean hasn't changed at all.
Have you got any particular fan interactions that jump out over the years? I'm sure you've had a lot this weekend, but just because this is a special show that touched a lot of people, as seen by all these wonderful people who turned out today. Give yourself a round of applause as well, by the way.
I always love the ones that say that the Firefly was something meaningful to their life in some way. It's time I shared with my dad before he passed. It's how I met my wife. It's I named my kids and cats after your characters and stuff like that. Those are my favorites. Stuff that means something. When it's like families coming together or people coming together for
Generations, like you were just saying. And there was someone here today who was 17 who had just finished it and then came here because her mom had told her to. Like, clean the room and watch Firefly.
I got an actual letter, a handwritten letter. You remember those? When we filmed Firefly 20 years ago. So there was internet. It was dial-up, but there was internet. I think there's better than dial-up, too. But I got a letter from a kid saying, my mom is a single mom. I'm the oldest child, and I have a couple of younger siblings. And until I watched Firefly, I didn't realize it's my job to take care of these people. That meant something to me. That really hit home for me. I really enjoyed that part.
We were talking about another interaction, though, just because we're back over here in the UK, and we all like had the same recollection. We were like, do you remember that time when we were doing publicity for Serenity, and they had the whole cast out to introduce screenings and go to the film festival, and we had some off time. We were in Edinburgh, and we were walking around and decided to stop in at a pub. And the pub was really tiny. And we all sort of filed in one by one. And there was this gentleman sitting by himself at the bar.
His girlfriend was the bartender.
Okay.
And he just pulled a double shift and
Okay.
tried to get tickets to the show, but
the show.
the site kept crashing. He couldn't get it. They all sold out, and he was super depressed, and he's sitting at the bar going, And then Adam Baldwin sits up next to him, and he goes, oh. I tried to get tickets. I couldn't. I've been up for 48 hours. And he goes, oh, that's too bad. Hey, come on over here, sit with us. And he comes and he brings this kid over to the table. And then he brings him to a fancy dinner we had.
Yeah, Adam's like, do you want to go to the screening? Why don't you come? Do you want to come with us? And he was like, what? And Universal had set up this beautiful dinner for us. They were very nice to us that whole trip. I mean, we were spoiled rotten. But we had this beautiful dinner set up in a private room and catered and very lovely. And Adam was like, yeah, you can come with us to the dinner. So this guy was our date. And he came with us everywhere we went that night. And he was like, what is going on?
He walked the red carpet. He sat with us through the premiere. We were downstairs in this like little party room after.
Like Elijah Wood and all those guys. And this guy's eyes were just like this. He was like, how did I get here?
And I saw him standing off by himself, and I sauntered over and I said, so how'd you like the movie? And he goes, oh, it was excellent. And thank goodness, because what would I have said if it had sucked? And here's the great thing. That guy had this incredible adventure. Not one photo. No one will believe him.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're right.
No one will believe him.
Yeah.
I guess you're kind of vouching for him now, though, so...
So he's going to see this and go, see?
Yeah.
That was me.
All of us in here know about it. Right, I don't want to hog the questions because obviously we've only got a limited amount of time today, and this is the final panel of the day. So, right, if you've got any questions out there for our wonderful cast here, I'm going to go straight to Rogue here while you get your hands up.
Thank you. Hi. So you've mentioned the Firefly group chat. I'm wondering, when a message goes to that chat, who is always the first person to reply?
Oh,
I think
that's a good question.
I really think it varies.
It does vary.
I think whoever is near their phone first.
Gina's usually pretty quick on the draw.
Alan's usually pretty quick.
Yeah.
Who
Who's the first to
replies
respond in the
first?
group chat? I said Gina.
Gina.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gina's attentive
Yeah.
and clever.
Yeah. It does become a one-upping game,
It does.
the group chat.
It gets naughty.
I love it because it's
I fucking love
incredibly
it.
entertaining. It
Yeah.
goes in some weird directions, but
Yes. It does.
It sure does.
and there's a lot of love in it. There's a lot
Yeah.
of
Oh,
love.
yeah.
Who asked that question? Who asked
Here.
that? That was you. I have a little surprise for you. These are some I'm sorry, they're not Firefly. There's some rookie stickers I made on Amazon.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What's the rookie?
Sean, you were on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, I love that show.
And I also have some of my sides. What little known fact about me, I can't remember a line if it's not orange. Would you read one of my orange lines like I would read
be
it?
Delighted. Like you would read
Like
it?
I would read it.
That's
Oh. Just you wait, baby. I can't laugh.
Focus, you have this.
Okay, just hang on.
Lights, camera, a little bit of powder, and
What are
action.
you trying to say?
I'm trying to keep my job, so I'm just going to.
We saved a kid, solved a cold case, and helped one of our friends find closure. That's it.
It's like listening to a mirror.
Jewel, that was
You.
really powerful.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for being here. I said this to Nathan earlier, and I just wanted to extend it to you guys as well. Firefly came into my life when I was going through a very bad patch. And I honestly wouldn't still be here if it hadn't been for that show and the family that you created. And it drew me into it. So not really a question, just me trying to say thank you very much for what you guys gave to everyone. And it means so much.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you. And that's exactly what we were saying. It's like,
Brother.
that's it right there.
All right, what was that? What's next? What happened? What?
Yeah.
What's next?
Oh, there's a voice. There's a voice.
It's
There
me.
you are.
There we go.
Hi.
Hi, this is a question for Nathan. Sorry, guys. Firstly, massive fan of Castle and, the rookie. Yeah.
Jules on Castle.
Oh, yeah.
My question for you, Nathan, is the first time I ever actually saw you was in season 7 of Buffy, and you're an evil priest.
Oh.
It's the only time I've ever seen an evil side to you. Where did you draw your inspiration from to play that character?
I said, what would Sean Maher do? Actually, that was Joss Whedon helped me out a great deal with that. He said to me in very simple terms, he said, he doesn't think he's the villain. Oh, and that's the thing. Like, villains don't really think that they think they're doing the right thing. So I tried to just be righteous, which is also kind of, I hate when people are righteous. It terrifies me. These are for you. I'm going to leave them up here so that maybe one of our attendees can come get them for you.
God, yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Where's our other roaming mics? We got a hand over there, right.
Hi, guys. If you could pick any show that's been on that you weren't in, is there a show that you wish you'd have been in? You know, like Game of Thrones, like...
Dexter.
Nice. Yeah.
The one that got away.
Is it the one that got away?
The one that got away.
Oh, we all have one of those, baby. Mine would be House of the Dragon. I love that show.
I always had a thing for the old Rockford Files. That's kind of like, I'm too old for most of you. It was a guy who acted just like me.
You're talking about,
James Rockford?
no, what's his name?
Oh, his real life name?
Yes,
man.
I did a movie with him. I should know.
Hey, you should.
He played my dad.
James Garner.
Yes, he played my dad in a movie, yeah.
James Garner.
I should know that. It's embarrassing.
And an incredible, fantastic reputation. These are for you when someone can
Yes,
come
he
grab
was
them.
so lovely, so lovely. I do remember that.
There's a over this way. I'm just looking for yellow.
How did you decide to start to audition for Firefly?
How did your audition for Firefly come to be?
You guys have the best story.
Well, no, I was considered for Buffy, I believe, at one point. Not the role of Buffy, but a role, like a guest star or something. And I'm Canadian, So sometimes it's a little difficult for us Canadians to find work visas to shoot in the US. So I think something happened with that, or I was in consideration that I wasn't, or whatever. But I think Joss remembered me, and I was asked to audition for Kaylee. And I was sent one scene. And, you know, when you read one scene of Firefly out of context, you're like, what the heck is going on? You know? And I got the character breakdown of all the characters, and I wanted to audition for River. I was like, well, wait, I can cry on cue. I should be auditioning for this one. And and the response was an adamant no. You're a Kaylee type of character, and he really wants to see you read. So I taped it. I put it on tape when I was, you know, in Vancouver and sent it down. And weeks passed, and then I got a call asking me to get on a plane and fly down to Los Angeles to meet Joss and test in front of a whole room full of executives from Fox. And at my test, Adam was there and Alan was there. And the three of us were in the waiting room looking at each other very nervously.
Thinking, are we all going out for the same part?
Now that I'd like to see. But yeah, and then and I auditioned. There were two other women there auditioning for Kaylee, and they brought me back in. So I was waiting in the room, and the other girls went in, and they left, and they asked me to stay. And then I went back in, and they asked me to read again, and I did it again. And Joss was sitting in the front. And I remember at our meeting before, Joss said, just keep your eyes on me. Don't worry about anybody else in the room. Just do what you did. You're perfect. Just do what you did. And he was looking at me so encouragingly in the front row and smiling and nodding. So it went well. And then a couple hours later, I got a phone call, and they said, welcome to the family. The part's yours. Yeah.
What was yours, Sean?
I don't think I've ever heard yours.
No, I have some similarities with yours. I think, well, let's see. I was living in New York at the time. This is before I moved to LA, and I was told about this new show, this new science fiction thing by the guy from Buffy. And I was like, oh, all right, whatever. And I was out in LA, and I met Joss again. I had one scene. I had the scene where Simon is explaining to the crew what had happened, the speech. It's a great scene. And of course, you're kind of like, what the fuck is going on? Also, this is so well written, oh my God. And so I met Joss, and so then I had the lovely opportunity to say, oh, hello, sir, can you tell me what the fuck is happening here? So then I got to hear the world of Firefly, like, from his mouth, which was pretty extraordinary. And I read, and then I left, and I called my agents, and it was sort of like a 2-week, 3-week, they weren't testing for a while, so I was out in LA. You know, the New Yorkers all go to LA and try and like get that pilot, and so you're like, it's a hustle, and you're trying to get the next pilot. And I was like, oh, I kind of want to like wait. I just kind of want to wait. I want to wait for the script. I want to like, this guy is kind of like everything. I want to work with this guy. And time went on, and I wasn't getting anything else, thank God. And then I got there was another show with Fox, and I can't remember the name, but they were going to test me both on the same day. And they had asked me how I wanted to do that, because they're like, you'll do Firefly first and then the second show. And if you don't get Firefly, we want you to go test for the second show. But if you don't get Firefly, we don't want to tell you, so that might taint your second test. So how do you want to do that? And I was like, I like that plan. Just don't let me know, and I'll go from one to the next, and we'll just do it that way. In the meantime, the script came to surface, and I read the script, and I was just in love with everything about it. And so the test date came, and testing is like, it's the most hideous experience. It's a little bit like this. We're blind. We walk into a space like, you know, or it's, and you have all these executives.
Yeah, they're not friendly like you.
Giving you nothing.
They're all like
nothing.
judging you.
And Joss was right in the first row, and I went in and I did it, and there were 2 other guys there, and then I went back out, and then they did the same thing. They brought the other 2 guys in, and then they brought them out, and then they asked me to come back in, and Gail Berman, who was at Fox at the time, who I knew, said to me, you know, oh no, she didn't say that yet. Joss said, okay, so we'd like for you to do it one more time on set, and everyone cheered, and I was like, shh, the other guys are out there. This is horrible. Like, this is so horrible. And then Gail Berman was like, which show do you want to do? And I was like, well, I fucking want to do Firefly. Yeah. And so I got it. And then I think Joss rode down in the elevator with the other guys. And I think he shall remain nameless, but he was like, didn't get it, did I? And Joss was like, oh, just kind of. And that was it. And then we all went to work. And you?
I had the same situation where I was in that room with the tiered seats and you can't really see. And I did the audition and I left, and someone else did an audition. Then they called me back in. I did it again and I left. And then they said, come back in and do it again. I came back in and I did it 5 times. Wow. And Joss comes and he goes, they feel like you're doing it the same every time. I said, I am. I am doing it the same every time. Do you want me to do it differently? They want a little lighter. I can do that. I go right back in there. I said, I'm not an idiot. I didn't know you had a note. Nobody gave me the note. Right. So now I'm going to be lighter. I just heard the note. So this time it's good. Now you'll know that I can take direction. They went, thank God this guy's not an idiot.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because there's been so many auditions where they've been like, they just don't give you the note.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm an actor, right? Like, I can do it different ways. You just have to communicate to me what you want.
I can't even remember the part where they gave me the part, though. It's too far back. I don't remember how it happened.
But you had didn't you have an interesting conversation when you first met Joss and you said to him, I am not this guy?
We had a very long meeting where we had about a 45-minute conversation where he told me the world of Firefly, and I said, I am not this guy. This guy is dark, he is lost, he is hollow, he is angry, he is all these things. My life's awesome, man. I'm the luckiest guy you'll ever meet. But I said, I can do it, though. I can do it. Yeah.
Because he has a warmth and a loyalty, and he's actually kind of full of love,
We're talking about Joss, right?
I'm talking about Mal.
Oh, right. No, it's true. It's true.
Oh, my captain.
It's true. Somebody once asked me, if he's so hollow and cranky and cantankerous and awful and mean, why does he keep these people so close to him? And I said, well, that's because he's lost so much. He needs it on the exterior because he's lost it. In Kaylee, he has his joy of life and his sense of innocence and naivety. In Jane, he has his selfishness. In Wash, he has a sense of humor. And it's in every person.
Simon, he's got his boy toy.
You said it.
As much as Mal doesn't like Simon, he can certainly respect his cause, how he's always out for his sister. He's always like, I'm here for her, and that's all there is to it. And he's maybe a little narrow, a little tunnel vision because there's a whole crew here. There's a whole crew here. But I think Mal respects that about him, for sure.
Right, where's our yellow tea? Oh, right up in the second tier there.
Hello. First of all, Mr. Fillion, I love you in The Rookie and Big Mouth. I think that's hilarious.
Where are you?
The guy in the yellow shirt.
There you are. Hi.
Oh.
Hi, hello.
Okay, keep talking.
So my question is very simple, and it's for all 3 of you. And there is a correct answer. Would you rather fight 100 geese-sized horses or 1 horse-sized goose in unarmed combat to the death in a park?
It's an easy one.
Horse-sized gooses? Wait.
No, so it's
No,
100 geese-sized horses, so these are horses the size of geese, 100 of
No.
them, or 1 horse-sized goose. There is a correct answer.
Yeah.
Horse-sized goose.
No! Geese are so vicious!
Geese are the
I'm
meanest.
Canadian. I can take a goose. Have you met a Canada goose? Just saying.
She never met a goose she couldn't throttle.
I'd watch that. That should be a show.
It's like Sean just
I'll
looked
pitch that
shell-shocked.
to my agent.
Still trying to picture the little horses.
But are they really horses?
I like horses. I don't want to fight them.
It's better than the geese. Well, the goose in this case.
Yeah, to be fair, I was
I
kept up by a
guess.
goose this morning. Outside, I should say. Right. Oh, right there. Yellow hand waving.
Hiya there. So Firefly was what got me into cosplaying and made me decide to do it. If you guys were all to do a cosplay, who would you cosplay?
I would love to try a nice, like a really well done up Kate 6, because it would look super cool and nobody would know it was me. And then when I went to the fancy dress competition, I'd do the old bang.
You always have really good costumes, though. Like, Nathan's a big Halloween guy.
I do enjoy Halloween.
So good.
They're always very elaborate. And I don't know. I do the same thing in that I take advantage of Halloween and cosplay, basically, as you know, whatever my obsession is at the moment. And I think this year we're going to do a House of the Dragon thing, and I'm going to do Alicent Hightower, I think. Be fun, just because Charlie's going to be Viserys in the wheelchair, and we have cats that are, one's named Rhaenyra, and we're going to put a little red cape on her. I'm such a nerd, I know. I know.
Sean, what's your
Can you see
cosplay?
her with a little...
I love you. I don't know. Oh gosh, I think I'd be partial to Nightwing.
Wow, you'd be a great Nightwing.
Thanks.
Well, I mean, he
Nathan.
is Nightwing.
Well, I mean,
You know,
but
he
I
does
mean,
the
like,
cartoon.
He does the voice.
yeah, but
Oh, nice.
But I don't know. I was also on your show.
I sort of remember.
Such fans of each other's work.
So yeah, Nightwing or RuPaul.
Oh, man. So similar.
Yeah.
Right, where's our next destination? Over this way, right, the far left corner.
Hi, guys. There's an automatic call and response whenever I meet another Firefly fan, and it's to do with Wash's death. Right, okay. Is it still too soon?
But I
Thank you.
need to know, wait, I need to know what it is. What's...
We just say too soon, and everyone says yes. Do you agree?
I thought it would be like, I'm a leaf on the...
I know. That's what I thought it was.
Well, there's
too.
that too, yeah. A lot of people do say that, but yeah.
Oh, for real?
Have you guys heard the joke, how do reavers clean their spears? You run them through the wash.
I think that one landed on the group chat one time.
I don't think
We
the
were all
mic will
like,
pick up
LOL.
a face.
When we premiered Serenity, they farmed us out to different theaters, and we go to theaters, we'd introduce, we'd watch the show with a bunch of fans. It was a lot of fun. And right at that poignant moment, I had my popcorn on the floor in front of me. I would reach over like I'm getting my popcorn, and I'd surreptitiously look back to watch everybody go like this. And do that, and then start crying a little bit, and then there's no time because everything's happening now. Oh yeah, they were upset. They were upset.
I've seen a young hand up here for a long, long time, so I'm going to come down to you here. Oh, there we go.
If you could change anything from Fireflies, would you change anything?
The amount of seasons?
Yeah.
I mean,
Here's the thing, though. Firefly's grand in the way that it never had a chance to suck. No one could ever say, it's good. Season 3 was, ooh. Or like, season 12 was, ooh.
Season 12 would have been pretty good.
Would that be our Jump the Shark?
Jump the Shark season? Yeah, that's like when the musical episode would show up. When you've like plumb run out of ideas. Why are they singing?
Right, where am I looking? Where's our... Oh, right at the top.
Hi. What was your favorite episode?
that's like Sophie's choice. For
Out of gas.
I was going to say Out of Gas,
I was
too.
gonna start with Out of Gas.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Janestown is underrated.
Yep, Janestown would be mine.
And I think Objects in Space is amazing.
Oh, that's a great one.
Objects in Space.
And Safe.
Safe is
Safe is grand.
I like Safe. I don't like to say Safe because then it sounds like I'm a pompous prick.
No.
Because it was your episode.
Well, in my episode,
I like the one that I was in the most.
But as a fan, we learned so much about the extent of Simon's dedication.
Yeah.
Grabs the citrus, light it up.
I also was like, I'm obsessed with the Salem witch trials and that whole time period, and like that was, oh my God, I loved doing that so much. Like that whole, yeah.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
And I like that line. She's our witch, so cut her the hell down.
Yeah, but she's our witch.
Somebody said that on Twitter. I don't know. Somebody was being mean to me, and I responded probably meanly. And someone came to my defense. Someone was like, "Oh, you're kind of a witch or something." And then the person that replied said, "Yeah, but she's our witch, so cut her the hell down." And I was like, "That's a brown coat for you right there." Yes.
I think we've got time for maybe a couple more questions before we do get kicked out by the people who stare at me and tell me to get kicked out. Hi, Charlie. Let's some noise for Charlie. He's organised these halls for the last couple of days, please. Does that mean we get an extra 10 minutes after this, yeah? No? Okay. Right, there we go.
Hello.
Hello.
If we were to revisit the verse now, 20 years later, where would you see all your characters?
Do we have like a 19-year-old?
We have so many children.
Where would you guys, your characters be living?
Oh gosh.
I don't know. Would we?
I don't
You'd
know.
still be on the lam. You'd still be on the run, no?
I don't know.
Or would they
No,
stop
I
looking
think-
for you
I
after
think-
Serenity? They'd stop looking.
I would think that they would stop. I mean, that was the whole like.
Well,
where
they'd
do
be
we
pretty
go?
mad. Maybe they
Where'd we
wouldn't
go
stop because they're
now?
mad. Now they got a score to settle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Same running, different reason. I think Mao would have a ranch somewhere, and he'd be alone and mean.
Oh, don't say that.
That's him. That's what he's gonna do. And then you have to like, we got to pull you in for one last adventure. And that's when he dies. So no one else can play him ever.
That's clever,
Thanks.
actually. Yeah.
I haven't been told we're at an end, but one really quick, short one, Charlie. Come on, everybody beg Charlie for one more question, yeah? Hey, you got to give the people what they want. So make this one really quick, please.
Oh, Charlie, no pressure.
Are we going with the microphone?
I'm over here. There you go.
Oh,
Thank you so much. This question is for Nathan. Sorry, it's not a Firefly question, but Waitress is 1/3 of my.
I'm sorry, that's not our last question.
I knew you were going to say that.
Waitress is one of my favorite films.
Oh, yes.
Of all time.
Okay,
and I
good.
just wanted to know what it was like working with Kerry Russell really quickly, and she's great also.
It was super lovely. It was super quirky what we were doing. We're kind of looking at each other going, that's the way she wants it? Okay, we'll do it like that. And it turned out really nice. It turned out really
Oh, it's turned out.
Let's squeeze in a Firefly question for Sean.
Spectacular. No. Let's talk about Waitress. I mean, spectacular.
It was great. It was cool.
great.
And a really cute musical, too. Somebody else now.
Yeah.
Real quick, because we got to go. Hurry up.
Oh, now Charlie's
Next.
mad
3,
at us.
2, going once.
Quick.
Going twice.
when do you get season 2?
Season 2 of The Waitress. Here we go. Go.
Go.
What up?
Hi.
I have Thor's hammer, so which one out of the Firefly crew would be able to lift Thor's hammer?
Me? And
Not me.
Why not?
Because you have to be like really like pure.
River.
Oh.
River.
River's not pure.
Why not
Yeah.
Kaylee?
I'm the
Kaylee's not
purist.
pure.
I'm the purest one.
That's true.
What?
I think it would be Kaylee.
On the purity scale, it's
Yeah.
me.
I think it's Kaylee.
What's wrong with sex?
And with that,
Yes. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Sean,
guys.
Nathan Fillion.
Thanks,